Hello everyone, this is Smitten. Welcome to How to Fail at Smite, my new series where I pick up a new god for the first time and poke fun at how I play so that both of us can learn from my mistakes. This is Episode 1, Sun Wukong. Chapter 1, What's a Carry? Here we see my first attempt at Sun Wukong, and already at 2 minutes in, I'm at 1/3 health due to taking unnecessary creep damage earlier in the game. My lane partner is Hercules, and today we're paired up against Freya and Ymir, who are doing a great job at zoning us, which is a critical step to failing as a carry. At this point, I completely miss with my Furious Monkey, and to make up for that, I overhand smash onto Ymir's ice carpet, and at the same time fail to dish out any damage back. So while I'm idly licking my wounds, Hercules prompts me to go back, and of all places to do so, why not here? It seems safe enough to me.
Your middle tower.
Oops!
Chapter 2, Dedication. Jumping forward, Ymir has gone back to base, leaving Freya alone with Hercules and I as I waste mana on creep. Hercules initiates with the Earthbreaker driving strike combo, and she responds with her ultimate trying to regain position while I set mine up for when she lands. My ulti goes off just a half second too late, allowing her to banish us while she gains distance. In similar fashion, Hercules uses his ult early, preventing Freya from taking damage from a second hit, allowing her to escape a basic attack away from death.
That's too bad.
At this point, both Freya and Hercules are low in health and seize the opportunity to go back to base. I, on the other hand, feel quite confident pushing the tower with no mana and half health. I call missing as Freya backs and Ymir is still nowhere to be found and proceed against the tower. Dedicated to gain something from this exchange, I happily overstay my welcome as the enemy creep wave distracts mine. Very soon I become aware of Ymir merging from the jungle into my only escape route and panic. Jumping early, I drain my last mana reserves and Ymir happily freezes and hits me with his ice carpet, slowing me. As he overtakes me, I panic and begin auto-attacking him before I realize he was setting up his ult. And as one bad decision follows another, I flee into the jungle, allowing him to easily position his ice wall to block my escape and secure the kill. At this point, I begin to wonder why I'm playing a carry. Chapter 3. Almost doesn't count. Hercules and I are now pushing up right lane when Ymir and Freya enter the lane from the jungle. Freya misses her banish and the fight begins. I hit Freya with an overhand smash followed by my ult. Herc uses driving strike and Freya pops her ult to escape. As she moves back up lane, Herc pops Aegis. As we enter slow motion, notice Freya has almost no health, but I decide to hit Ymir with my monkey, allowing Freya to survive yet again as we prematurely disengage. Chapter 4. When fails collide. I've just defended our right tower, and remember that Sun Wukong is great when he has buffs. What buffs, you ask? It doesn't matter, just buffs. So I head to the nearest cooldown buff just as a wild Freya appears. She fails to predict my movements and misses with her banish, and I reward her efforts with a monkey to the face. I leap away and we disengage, and she leaves me to clear up the cooldown buff unopposed. Mission accomplished. I'm low on mana and at half health, so I plan on going back when Herc calls out that he intends to gank right lane with Freya. So I move forward to engage before Herc and Freya emerge from the jungle next to me in full view of their intended targets, allowing them to maintain distance and denying a kill. Ymir freezes our Freya after her banish wears off as the enemy Freya generously distributes slows, allowing time for Ymir to throw up a wall, ending the pursuit. As the attack goes flaccid, the only victim was the boner of all those involved.
Be right back. An ally has been slain.
Chapter 5. The Jaws of Victory. Ymir and Freya engage, figuring we won't be able to kill him again, not noticing Anubis coming in for the gank. Ymir burns his ultimate, dying for it, as Freya burns hers to survive. Freya lands into the embrace of Herc's Earthbreaker, as Anubis and I continue forward as if nothing had ever happened. Hercules picks up the kill and we push forward. Clearing the creep wave, I don't notice that Hel is dispatching of our buddy in the rear. I'm surprised to see that Hercules has died, and just as I come to grips with it, Hel rushes past me. Eager to continue my habit of looking like I'm contributing, I miss my monkey and give chase. Thankfully, Anubis is there for the CC, but Hel escapes after using her beads. With no more slows in our bags, Anubis breaks off the chase. I pursue until Hercules informs me from the grave that I should retreat. Twice. At which point I notice I'm alone and without mana, so once again I'm off for a jungle buff. I can hear Hel switching stances and using abilities in the lane behind me. but I feel confident in my position and clear the 2 minor mobs before Hell rounds the corner and sees me off. Leaping over the wall, I run down the jungle trying to find an escape. I'm the carry. Why does this keep happening to me? Desperately pleading for help, only to be told by Hercules to carry on with my retreat. Thankfully, my creep wave is a better ally than he is and gives me the needed time to escape. Glad you're dead, Hercules. Jerk. Chapter 6.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Anubis and I are moving up middle when Freya calls for an attack. We proceed to clear the creep wave and push forward while our Freya goes into hero mode and goes ham on our opponents. Man mode engages as the Freya's trade ults with ours coming out on top. Anubis snags the opposing Freya as she lands and I rush in to deliver my ult before I panic and run away, missing a golden opportunity to yet again kill Freya. However, I smell blood in the water and indecisively dance around in the lane before I attempt to go ham myself. Tower diving only to be met by Ymir's frost breath, forcing me to sit awkwardly exposed and under the tower. Odin and Aphrodite enter from the jungle, only to be snagged by Anubis and banished by Freya, allowing me time to escape from my poorly judged attack. At which point, both teams proceed to the most popular phase of any team fight, more indecisive dancing, until I see Hercules dip into the right jungle, which reminds me yet again, Sun Wukong is amazing with buffs! Time to go for one! Herc calls for the attack, but I inform him I'm busy. At this point, we'll fast forward to enable me to showcase my diligent concern for my teammates as well as my awesome decision making when it comes to being a carry in a team fight. Look at how I tell my allies to be careful in the middle just before one of them dies, and then informing them that it's time to retreat while I collect the cooldown buff and head off towards right lane. Sure, I may be taking forever, but I'm also not accomplishing anything. I finally accept that this was a wasted effort when Hercules, ever patient, calls for me to help middle lane, and I, ever the strategist, do not simply back, but take the long way. I had to make sure that I collected the buff, so this is justified. Buff in hand, I inform my 2 remaining teammates that my ultimate is ready and enter the lane from the jungle behind Ymir. I perform a daring overhand smash on a group of archers before successfully running into Ymir's ult to take pointless damage to complement my wasted mana. I trail Ymir and burn my ult in a position where it will do the least damage before actually connecting with another overhand smash and leaping needlessly and running face first into a wall. Feeling dejected, I decide now is a good time as any to go back before realizing that Herc is being bombarded by Freya, leaving me just enough time to panic and run away. It's super effective! I call the retreat as I pace back and forth confused under their tower before deciding on another course of action. Being frozen by Ymir in the grips of despair, I notice that Odin and Freya have come charging to my rescue. As the fight continues, I assume my role as an onlooker rather than an active participant. I move forward to give Odin the moral support he seemed to need as he kills off Ymir. Clearing out the creep wave leaves me feeling satisfied with my performance. I finally take my well-deserved back.
Be right back.
In conclusion, the game ends without another big team fight or dramatic push. Anubis and Hercules debate on the merits of taking Fire Giant, and the enemy team promptly surrenders, as at this point we were 27-12 with 3 of their towers down. GG to all involved. One last bit of fail for you Smite viewers. When I originally cast this video, I thought it was my team that surrendered, not theirs. Just goes to show that no matter how hard you fail, sometimes your team can carry you. Please feel free to rate and subscribe and leave suggestions in the comment section. Join us again for another failed video coming soon. I'm Smitten. See you next time.
Wait!
At this point in the game, my team decides to surrender. And so that concludes this episode. Feel free to subscribe and leave suggestions in the comment section, and you can look forward to a new fail video soon. At this point in the game, my team decides to surrender.
Good game. Bye.